Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with a bonus for the sign of Taurus. Y'all were the second runner-up. Or y'all came in second compared to Sagittarius. So, disclaimers are in the description boxes because I will not be dealing with anybody's triggered, unhealed bullshit. Please keep in mind that some people do believe in cuspers, so this could also be a cusper. Gemini Taurus or Taurus Aries, put it where it goes. This could be any placement in your chart, their chart. Again, I'm just channeling the energy at large. There is somebody here who felt they were an exception to the rule because they know you somehow. Your grandparents were close friends. Y'all went to the same church. You graduated high school together. You know each other from work. Y'all went to the same church. I mean, it's all this type of bullshit because they know you somehow. There is a sense of entitlement. And I will tell you this here and now. If you are the type to bully a person because whatever was popular at the time said it was popular to be that person's the bully towards that person, and you were a bully towards that person, 9 times out of 10, you ain't an exception to shit. Because then here comes the whole, oh, but forgiveness, forgive. It's like, what the fuck do you want? What do you want? That's the thing. What do you want? Because not only is there an unrealistic sense of entitlement because you know a person, you see them doing better than what they were the last time you saw them, and now it's whole, hey, buddy, fuck off. Fuck off. Like, no, you gotta, pick up the fork, eat that shit, and fuck off. I will tell you this. You would be amazed at the number of people who are emotionally stuck in their teenage years, and it's genuinely repulsive because older souls do not like emotionally immature people. The older your soul, because some of us have been here a few times, we ain't with the bullshit. We are not. And it's fucking annoying when people really do try to test it. People don't forget who gave them a hard time when they were already having a hard time. They don't. And forgiveness is fine and dandy, but that does not mean you get to have access to that person. Calling the cops, putting them under a false to be looked into, their house searched because you want to know what's inside their house, you gone too far. You hacked a phone because you thought they were, because they're just intuitive as hell and they know all your shit. You thought they were hacking. They are not. They have not been doing that. They're just gifted. They have multiple skill sets. They can draw, play an instrument. They're a good cook and stuff like that. So they start like a food blog and stuff like that. Now you're up in arms because you think they're showing off and they're not. They're just showcasing what they love. God forbid. Some of us come from a line of medicine women via our Native American ancestry. Guess what? That's our heritage. So what? You're into all the crusty shit. We didn't take shit from you. It's in our blood, and it's just stuff we do naturally. There's no copying. If anything, it's you who's copying. Like, it just gets really, 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 really old, and it's fucking annoying. Some people really do not know who they are, so they go around trying on people's personalities and stuff like that, and it's really annoying. And again, back to the sense of unrealistic entitlement because you know a person. If you were just incredibly shy, you didn't feel safe to come out of your shell, because every time you tried to open up and come out of your shell, you were made the butt of all the jokes, you wouldn't, quote unquote, open up around those people either, because you know them to be a liability, you know them to be unsafe, and so on down that line. When they see you be your funny, hilarious self on camera or with a group of friends, they take great offense to it. They are actually highly offended. Well, back in high school, she was this. She never did that. Bitch, now you on the receiving end of a fucking lawsuit because you're a fucking lunatic. Trying to tell the people what somebody was 20 years ago to make them lose relationships, opportunities, and all that jazz, you are looking at a big time lawsuit, restraining order, and so on down that line, because when you start costing people to lose financially, they can come back and get you for all that in court. They really and truly can. So if you're calling up their employer and stuff like that, oh honey, you're fucked. Well, I used a text app for all that. I'm safe. No, it can still be linked back to your fucking cell phone. Well, I used a burner phone. That phone was still purchased in your name, stupid. But I paid in cash. You're still on the fucking security cameras of the goddamn store, you idiot! All they gotta do is pull a copy of that receipt and compare and contrast to the CCTV cameras, you fucking idiot. Okay, there is an agent here that absolutely adores me because it's just like somebody's thinking. No shit. You don't really have to do actual witchcraft, even though this technically is a form of the craft. Like running your mouth, spewing lies over a person's name with your mouth. That is word magic. Because where you would be facing a libel suit of sorts. Oh no, that's written. My bad. Well, like where you're looking at a big time slander suit in spirit. Because I really don't get the feeling that somebody here is going to physical court. They are literally in spiritual court. And it's just no matter what argument they present, they're guilty as charged because of all the damage they caused. They were not supposed to be included in a person's endeavors, and they tried to force themselves to be included because of, again, unrealistic sense of entitlement. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Somebody here is either gay or bi. The family knows. People the closest to them know, but it's not public knowledge. There is a mother who has been trying to control the outcome of someone's, like who they marry, do like stay in town, be able to move, that kind of thing, and it's to protect her child's emotions. But at the same time, it's like this person is just sending a lot of death energy towards this person's soulmates, their co-workers, like just anything to keep that person where they are in the name of protecting their child's emotions, because they know their child's a fucking basket case. Quite possibly suicidal. But at the same time, it's like, when you're doing this to somebody who's just a natural born witch and they understand the rules of engagement, you're cooked. Because somebody here is facing the mother of all retaliation, and it's just, okay, you don't want me to have a marriage? Fine, I'm gonna fuck up hers. You don't want me to have financial stability so I can move about like I should be able to? Okay, I'm gonna fuck up hers. You want to try to make me look incompetent, this, that, and the third. It's like, okay, bet. Bing! I mean, it's really not hard to understand, because if you are especially doing this to a scorpionic energy, you're fucking cooked. Because Scorpios get a lot of rap for the unawakened, unevolved, and so on down that line. But when you are dealing with an awakened one that understands how energy works, and you cause them enough trouble, you cooked. You're cooked. Because I have been picking up for 5 years somebody trying to make somebody flip their sexual orientation to be same sex, and it's just, that's not how this fucking works. My thing is this mother is pleading for me to understand energetically why she's doing what she's doing, and it's just like, no, like, you and your whole damn family can go straight to fucking hell. That's what y'all can do. You can go straight to hell. Straight to jail, straight to hell. I mean, let's be fucking for real. When people try to control what God personally wrote, you are a special kind of stupid. Because earlier last year, I picked up on somebody snatching the quill out of God's hands, and instead of picking up the book of life, they picked up the book of death. The book of death is gold and flashy. The book of life is just a worn out, unimpressive looking, leather bound journal of sorts. Like, it's stupid thick. And that's where God got them, because instead of writing, like, they took someone's name out of the book of death under the impression, like, hey, I'm taking their blessings, their abundance, and all this jazz. They crossed their name out and put their name down, and then put that person's name in the book of life under the impression that it was the book of death. And I mean, it's just like, that's the beauty of it. In Indiana Jones, the Holy Grail, everybody who picked out the flashy gold cups and all that jazz, they all died, right? They just, from dust they came and dust they went. Indiana picked up the wooden cup, the plain, unimpressive wooden cup, and it was a gamble. But the thing is, he chose the right cup.
right cup. It's not always flashy. It's not always opulent. And also, I'm going to drop this little gem here. The real Israel, like, the fake one has nukes threatening to blow up the whole world. The real one has Yellowstone National Park. And with that, I'm going to head on out.